you don't feel pain, you don't really feel anything. And that's not living.
Yo, what's up, guys? So it's been a minute since I've been kind of active on social media or tweeting about, well, not tweeting, I've been tweeting a lot about different perspectives on how to look at life. I want to get one thing straight. I'm not here to be right. I'm not here to let you know that the way I think is right. Everyone thinks for themselves, and that's a superpower. I need you to understand that. But on that note, I also want to remind you that everything's not black and white. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is there's no one right way to do something, and whatever you think is wrong, maybe an obvious wrong, but that's how you learn. There's a lot of gray area. So when black and white mixes, you get a lot of gray area. So on that note, I want to talk about, in this specific voice memo, I'm gonna make this one short and sweet, but to the point. So the other day I tweeted on my Twitter that humans have abilities to read minds. However, our confidence and assurance of what we think others think alter it. Talk to people, express yourself. This eliminates the guessing. And what do I mean by that? So I feel like a lot of people are scared to talk to people. And I don't mean that in the sense where like, oh, how are you? Like, how you been? What's new? What you got going on? Like, not that type of conversations, because we often do that. That's a typical conversation you have when you haven't seen someone in a while, or when you barely meet someone. What I'm trying to say is, especially, I don't want to say especially, but in relationships, and friendships are relationships. I'm talking about whether it's an intimate relationship, whether it's a friendship, maybe even an acquaintance, or someone you want to ask, for closure, ask questions for closure. Like, what I mean by superpower, first of all, is that we as humans think of others and sometimes believe that they're thinking the same thing we think. That right there is confidence and assurance, and that therefore alters the real reality of what the other person is thinking. I want to give you a second to think about that real quick, because put yourself in a position when you thought the other person was thinking the exact same thing you were, based on what you think and what you believe. It's a lot, I know, or you might get it, and if you get it, awesome. If you don't, just think about it for a second, okay? There's a good book called Mind Wise. I recommend it. This is where I learned this stuff, and it makes total sense. So what I want to say is to gain that superpower back and use it as an advantage, not to take over or have power over someone, but as an advantage to be an understanding person. So, for example, let's look at intimate relationship, where some relationships, sometimes you feel like you don't know the other person because you guys don't talk about the right things or talk about the real issues. Let's be honest, there's obvious issues. And I'm not here bashing on specific relationships. I'm just saying, just look at things in perspective. This is about perspective. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're trying to figure out what the other person is thinking, just know that you need to ask. Simply ask, like, what's going on through your mind? What are you thinking about today? How was your day? How did it make you feel? Asking about someone's feelings can go a long way, and you'll learn a lot about that person, and you'll learn a lot about yourself at the end of the day. So, that being said, don't be scared to go talk to another person, whether you're in an intimate relationship, a friendship, someone you want to meet, someone you want to get to know. Some people are scared, like, I'm not that emotional person. It's hard for me to express my feelings. That's okay. Patience is really a virtue. So, practice patience by asking questions, by understanding yourself, by understanding the other person, and eliminate the guessing. The guesswork is what really messes up our thought process about other people. Not a lot of people get that, because people are sure of their own thoughts, and sure of your own thoughts means you're sure of other people's thoughts. That's where the superpower gets too saturated. Therefore, you don't see the real superpower you have. So, once again, regain that superpower, but not to take over someone or have power over someone. Rather, it's to understand yourself at the end of the day. If there's any questions you guys have, please reach out to me. I have a lot of ideas, and concepts I like to talk about. Luckily, me and my girl, we talk a lot about these ideas, and that's one thing that helps us a lot. Just stay solid, and that's what builds the true love and really just opens up another sector of your brain and takes you to a new level that some might not understand, but as long as you guys understand it, that's some different level stuff. So follow me on Instagram. I'm not asking you like, yo, hit that follow button, and just like if you want to see my content, I got a lot of stuff going on. Follow me on Twitter. That's where I tweet a lot about these concepts. Snapchat me, but I'm not asking you here like that's what I'm looking for. That's not what it's about. But hope everyone has a good day. If you're hearing this, if you're going through some stuff, it's gonna be okay. The obstacle's the way. Just persevere. All right, guys, much love.
If you don't feel pain, you don't really feel anything. And that's not living.